Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yeah, we're painting again, and this time I've moved my microphone. Exciting times. Is it going to be better or is it going to be the same? Who knows. But anyway, so I've got a bit of a different scene. I'm going to have a person in it, because I want to take things further. A bit of burnt sienna there. What I'm thinking is I'll put a bit of blue in it. Makes a good cloud colour actually. I forgot to put burnt sienna on there. If you use thin paint, you can draw in your picture without really committing yourself. So I want someone in it. I don't want them to be in the middle of the page. Couldn't really work out if I've got the whole page in then. My brain. So I'm gonna have someone in it, and that someone I think is gonna be here. Have like a dress. I always want to put Victorian people in my paintings. I don't know why that is. Like these big dresses. I quite like them. I don't know why. Just a bit of style, isn't it? It's a bit more stylish. Something like that. Feet. And then a head and a hat. Something like that. Holding a sort of a cane type thing. But there's the basic person. And what we've got is we've got light going to hit her one side. We've got a tree there. So imagine this is just sketching, but you're sketching with a little bit of paint, so it's not going to, just don't worry you too much. A couple of trees, another tree. Bring them down. Got a big. Some more colour. Got a big area here. So what I'm using is I've got a reference picture of when I was walking in the woods, and I just quite liked the way it was so dark. Really, it was so dark, and on one side, but then there was that light. And I thought, oh, because I always imagine people in the woods that aren't there. I sort of imagine if there was a knight stood there and the lights hitting one side, or I imagine things like that. Just ideas of, like painting ideas. Imagine this could happen. Imagine it just being so dark, and then just that light hits a night coming through the woods or whatever. Doesn't matter what it is, I always imagine there's someone around, and then I sort of imagine it in my mind's eye how cool it would look. And then I'm just grabbing a little bit of this blue here, and then a little bit of burnt sienna, and just throwing it in. Just makes a warm grey. I'm just gonna mess around, really, doing the all this stuff. So yeah, we'll have this dark. Might have a little bit of light coming through there, something like that. We've got our character, and then we want it to stand out, so we're going to have dark around her. It's got, what I want to do is make everything around her darker than this side of her. So, because the light's coming through here, and in the reference picture, that's where the light comes from. So, what I think is mixing what we see and what we invent. Maybe by doing that, create something real. Using a bit of realism of what's around in real life does help in creating something that looks real. So maybe this is going to be more over here actually, because I want the dark behind her, like there. So we've got dark all around here. Dark, dark, dark. Got a bit of light there. This is all quite dull and dark. We've got a bit of light in the background, bit of light there. Hints of green in amongst this, and that's about it. So there we go. The painting's pretty much done in my head. Just have a bit of a drink, and let's go for this. Some ivory black. Put it over here. Oh, we could do with some yellow really. Let me just squeeze out a bit of yellow. Might do both yellows, bit of yellow ochre, bit of lemon yellow. You can always put a little bit of red in your lemon yellow, and then you get more of a cadmium yellow if you wanted. You could do that, you can. So, I'm going to put a bit of yellow ochre in my ivory black, and then we'll get a hint of green. I might put actually some green in it as well, and then we get a nice dirty green. I like that. So that's phthalo green, just in case you're wondering. Phthalo green and ivory black and yellow ochre, and we get a nice sort of on the dull side of green, but it's nice. I like it. Let's see what it looks like. And we're gonna put it in here. And then it's got like green, 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 and that goes around to there. See, we've got an idea where she is, so we can paint round her. That's why I did my like really loose sketch. I'm not much of a drawer. I'm more of a shape person, and I like to put in the shape of things instead of doing drawings. I mean, I suppose it's another way of drawing, isn't it? It's just I don't like getting a pencil and drawing. I just don't do it. Very, very rarely I do that. Very, very rarely. But some people like a drawing, and that's fine, isn't it? Everyone does things in their own way. So there's a bit of a distant tree there. Sort of get a bit of the yellow ochre. Gets quite dark in here, really dark on this side. I'm going to go lighter than what the actual picture is, mind you. So I'm just growing some ivory black, making a bit more that colour. Yellow ochre. Yellow ochre is a opaque colour, especially that one because it's a gouache. The gouache has got chalk in it, so what happens is the chalk that's in the paint takes on the colour, and then when you put it on your page it's opaque rather than the transparentness of watercolour. Yes. There's probably a green in there. If I don't like a colour and I think it's not quite right, I'll just grab some other colour and just put it on with it. But I kind of want to go a bit darker here. I want to go darker so I can go lighter. Go darker so I can go light. Might just do a bit of tapping. Tap, tap, tap. Changing the colours around here. Tapping away. Breaking up sameness. So another thing you can do instead of tapping, as I'll show you other things, is grab another brush and you can flick the paint like that. Don't know, you can't really see that, so I'll get some black so you can see it. But yeah, you can flick paint as well. You can see it there quite well. Ooh, 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 ooh. See all those like dots. Yeah, you can flick the paint around and create different effects. I used that effect and it worked really well on a there was like, well actually I can do it on this painting. Get some burnt umber, ivory black, burnt umber. Use it for the ground. I'm doing this on purpose. This land that's going up there and then it goes round there, but I'm doing it on purpose because I want light along here, and because that's dark it's gonna show up. It's gonna show up. That's what we want it to do. This is all dirt up this side. Sort of it goes up like that. Goes up and there's a like a wall, or there's like an area like that, and it comes down. Throw in like different colours, bits of burnt sienna in areas, bits of the black. Burnt sienna. Don't want it to be completely black, to be honest. Go to about there, that'll be alright. Some more burnt sienna. Yeah, and what I found is I did like a brown, and then there was, like in this, there was leaves and things at the base. I'm just going to put some of this grass in. And that kind of melt in that. Get a bit of dark around that area for her face as well, which would be good. Yeah, and there was like I said, there was like leaves and things down here. So if I get some yellow and white, maybe a bit of burnt sienna thrown in there. Yeah, and then just go like that. That sort of adds loads of little pebbles and stuff in the soil. I found it was quite a nice little effect. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? I'm not sure. Let's try and bring it up to the camera a bit closer. That works. I don't know if you can see there's like little changes, little dots. You have to trust me on it because you can't quite see it. There's load of little dots going along the page. It just adds something, I find. It adds something. So I need to put a bit of background trees and things in, and then could do a working on this. Maybe we'll work on this side because I want a real dark. Nice dark area. It is actually pretty awesome looking around this area. I do like doing paintings where there's some like real darks and real lights, and I try to take photos like that because I just think it's got a lot of drama. Just tapping, just tappy tap tap. Some areas I'm scraping a little bit, and some areas I'll tap. Okay, something like that. You can see a few leaves in amongst this. I'll just put a few little marks. If I go bigger splodges this way, and then smaller as it goes in. And it looks like different sized. Okay. Oops, my bigger brush just dived into the paint. Hope this is alright to viewing, because it's. I always find it hard to get the right lightness with this camera, but hopefully it gives a good image. If I can, as long as I don't overexpose things, it's not too bad. So I'm grabbing a bit of yellow into my green, a bit of the lemon yellow, making a more lush kind of green. Bit more to it. Get wider. Bit more in here, there. A little bit more of the yellow ochre, because there's a bit of a yellow ochre-y hint up here. Like that. Be a bit there. I can see sort of a bit of brown in the trees. Got quite a light there. You can see all the beautiful trees. There's a big tree right there. Goes over the top of that one, like there. Big tree. So I used to always think, when I used to paint without looking, paint without going into nature and seeing how it actually looks, I used to always paint trees brown. And then when I started sitting out there and looking, I was like, wow, the trees are green. The bark was green, on not all of them, but on quite a lot of them. Bit browny, greeny colour. Got all kinds of trees. Alright, so what I need to do is I want the green, almost like turning the light on a bit with a bit of a bit more colour in some of these areas. Especially on this side. Interesting, why do this side more than the other side? All will be revealed. Right, now what I want I want a bit of sky colour. Oh, actually, let me just get a little bit more of this green in amongst this. 'Cause this has gone a bit, you know, it's black, it's dark. It's sort of, it's good. I want a little bit more life in it than what's there. So I can put some really, really dark green in amongst it. There's a branch that sort of falls down there, goes across there. Some dark in amongst this as well. Yeah, what I need now is some blue. So I'm going to get some ultramarine blue. Ultramarine. I'll just put it here, I think. Ultramarine blue and some white. Ultramarine blue and white, and then I can pull out some light here and there, sort of like there, there. On this side there's some light spots. Over here there's some. Some light there. And then amongst a few of these areas, bit of light. Bit of this yellow. Okay. Bit of green, bit of green, bit of green here. So there's a bit of light breaking through. You can see some of the bushy bits that are growing there. Some of it go into a little bit of blue, so it's cold. Some of that down there. Get rid of some. just so it doesn't stand out too much. I don't want it to break out, so a dullish blue is good. Keep it nice and cold. That dark side of that tree a bit. That's a bit better. It wasn't quite right for me, so give it a bit more to it. Quite like that. Give it that ivy look. Anyway, there's some light. Gonna start painting the milady. Some bit of red, bit of blue, bit of red and blue. So, there we go. Maybe she's got one of those warmer things, or she's got gloves on. I don't know. Let's put in that bit. I'm going to put a little bit of blue there. Okay. A little bit of white for the collary area. The collar. And we're gonna, while I'm at it actually, I'm gonna get a little bit of light blue and crimson for a bit of white in it. Get this one side. Maybe that's a little bit too bright. We'll see how it looks as it sort of vanishes. Put a bit of blue in it. The actual colour of the paper works quite well for the face, but it does need a little bit of a I'm thinking something like this, like a bit of this red, bit of burnt sienna from there, bit of burnt sienna, bit of red, and a little bit of white. And we probably got a nice colour there. And go for a darker colour for the other side. So, sort of hair. We're going to darken this a little bit. Got some sort of fluffy gloves on. She looks quite cold, doesn't she? Get some hair going. What if the hair is like this, and it's sort of in bunches. What I could do, get a bit of that burnt sienna and white. I could a bit of light hitting the hair there. No. Sort of indicate a bit of a nose there, and a bit more red, and I'll indicate an ear. A little bit of the black to create separation. So this is what I kind of imagine, things like this. People in places that aren't really there, but I like to imagine that they are there, and then I can start thinking about how I would try and paint them in there. So what I might do as well, I'm going to pick up a little bit of yellow and white just to put on the hair. Maybe a touch. Just on that edge. A bit more light there. Something like that. So I've just increased the exposure a little bit just so you can see things a bit clearer. So we've got the lady in here. I think I want to make the dress a touch wider. Like that. Get that blue in there as well. White of the put in there. So we've got to think about the light as well in here as she's walking through. So the light's coming across. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some lighter colour, and it sort of comes in like this. There's little areas of lighter. Sort of break around her like that. Just add a little bit of light there so we can see. And some of these trees have a bit more light on them as well on one side. A bit more light on. Not everywhere, just areas, bits of areas. Some of the leaves as well. Got a bit of light breaking through. Just sort of hit some of this. Go a bit lighter on this side. Just to sort of bring her out a bit. Maybe have a bit of light stretching there and there. Have another bit of light sort of there. Bit green in amongst it. White, yellowy, green. This tree needs to go out a little bit better. Some gaps in this dark. Okay, just let this dry a little bit. So we've got a lady in the forest. We want a bit of brown on this, I think. I want a bit of brown on this, just a bit of a hint. And I want a dark area going through there, and then I want to do the opposite. Down here I want a bit of light. Maybe I'll lighten up some more of this. The back there wants a bit of light as well. That's where the path comes out, and it's a bit lighter than it is there. And then there's a few more. Bit lighter green there. You can keep building this up. Keep building it up. Get some light in, some darks, lights, darks. Changing it. Keep going for ages. Some light spots. The grassy bits. Here where she's lit up. But yeah, there we go. She's spotted something. There's something down here that she's seen, and that'll do for my sketch for today. I think had fun doing this one. Enjoyed myself, and as it dries, it should start to get a little bit flatter, and hopefully my camera will pick it up a bit better. But that'll do for this sketch today. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you. Actually, let's just quickly. there's one thing that I want to do. I'm not sort of imagine her eye there. Bit of a smile. I know, I always want to do more. Always want to do more. There we go. She's looking over this way. She's seen something. It's just a bit extra, and then what if you can see a little bit of light on her shoe? And a really small sort of glow there. Maybe you can just about see a few buttons. But yeah, there we go. You can really go for it though. Go for detail, as I said. It's really good fun. You can spend ages. She's got a bit of a stick there. I think it's a umbrella. Got an umbrella. She's just carrying it. She looks like Mary Poppins now. Oh, that'll be alright. So there we go. There's a fun little painting. I'll try and take a picture of it because I'm not sure if the camera's picking up the colours as well as it should, but we'll see. So thanks very much for watching this one, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.